Hey everybody, Chad here, and I've got my Christmas music playing, and I have my iPad fireplace going, and I thought I'd read you a quick Christmas classic. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. That's because this family was protected by AAA Pest Control. It's a humane pest control company that has branches all over the United States, so be sure and look for a location near you. Back to the story. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. Now, this family had been in lockdown for over a year and a half. At this point, they were hoping anybody would be there. The children were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. I don't believe that for a second. I think they were actually just under the covers, staring at their phones. And Ma in my cap and I in her kerchief, don't judge, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. Now, at this point in the story, it gets very chaotic. Something arose outside. I believe it was a clatter. He sprang from the bed to go to the window to see what was the matter. He looked outside. There was a reflection of the moon on the snow, which happened to be new fallen. That blew his mind. He thought he was having a flashback from college because he saw a sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. He didn't know what the heck was going on. There had been a rash of break-ins anyway in the neighborhood, so everybody was on edge. Words were exchanged. There was a lot going on. He rubbed his eyes really hard and realized that no, it actually was Santa Claus yelling at all of the reindeer individually by name, trying to get his sleigh and all the toys up on the roof. Okay. And that's where we are. So up to the housetop, the coursers they flew with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. Now, he didn't know it at the time, but it was going to cost him $3,000 later to fix all those shingles. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound, seriously spraining his left ankle. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot. Now, on December 26th, I'm thinking Santa's going to get about 5,000 emails from PETA. It's 2021, Santa, faux fur. And his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. I mean, you're going to go through millions of chimneys. You're going to get some soot on your feet. Deal with it. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. So now he's comparing Santa to the guy that tried to rip me off once in New York City. The only difference is the red suit. Nice. His eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses. His nose like a cherry. In other words, adorbs. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. Drug reference? The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. That's right, Santa was vaping big time here. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. Nothing like a little holiday body shaming. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. Well, except for the fact that I have a man with soot all over his feet in a red suit in my living room still. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. He was getting kind of cranky at this point. I think it was taking longer than he expected. And laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. Now, he'd been offered the use of the front door and a ladder to get up, but he was set in his ways, so up the chimney he went. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle, whatever the hell that means. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "You'll be hearing from my personal injury lawyer. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Well, I hope all of you have a Merry Christmas and a really happy, healthy 2022. That's it. Take care, everybody.